The Super Nintendo is well known as perhaps the ultimate harbinger of great JRPGs. Games like the Final Fantasy series, Chrono Trigger, Secret of Mana, and countless others are regarded as some of the very best that the genre has to offer, and embody all of the traits that are now synonymous with JRPGs today. In Japan, a golden age of epic, turn-based adventures was enjoying a renaissance, and games like Final Fantasy IV and Dragon Quest VI were selling millions of units. However, not all that glitters is gold, at least in terms of the global appeal of JRPGs during the 16-bit era. In the West, even games that, retrospectively, are considered some of the greatest of all time, didn't garner anywhere near the sales figures of what they did in Japan. By the mid-90s, Squaresoft, who had perhaps the most success outside of Japan with games like Final Fantasy and Secret of Mana, were looking to create a game that would have more mainstream appeal. At the same time, Mario creator Shigeru Miyamoto had spoken with staff at Nintendo about wanting to create an RPG featuring their iconic mascot, Mario. At this time, Squaresoft and Nintendo had a great working relationship, and as future Super Mario RPG director Chihiro Fujioka of Squaresoft would later explain, during a business meeting with Nintendo, the topic came up of us working on something together. Nintendo has Mario, and Square has RPGs. Well, why not simply stick the two together? Being entirely different things, we had no idea how this would turn out, but that's actually what made it so exciting. Super Mario RPG was released on May 13th, 1996 in North America, a few months before Nintendo released their successor to the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo 64. While the idea of a Mario game in the style of an RPG may have caused a bit of head-scratching, the formula worked. Super Mario RPG was both a critical and commercial success, and at the time the most financially successful game developed by Squaresoft, making it, in many ways, the perfect swan song title for the Super NES. Super Mario RPG was a first for both the Mario universe and for RPGs as a whole. It incorporated action RPG elements, a turn-based battle system, and stuff like platforming and puzzle solving that had been prominent in previous Mario titles. The timed hits mechanic, which in battle could deal greater damage or take less damage based on the timing of a button, was a unique innovation that made the game feel more hands-on than a standard RPG. This resulted in a strange, yet unique and fun experience. Additionally, Super Mario RPG was the first Mario game that allowed for movement in 8 directions, and the decision to design the game from an isometric 3D view was quite literally a game changer. It allowed for the player to experience the Mario universe more in-depth than ever before, and encouraged exploration. Originally, Super Mario RPG was designed from a top-down perspective with 2D sprites, in keeping with traditional Squaresoft RPGs. But after seeing Rare's work on Donkey Kong Country, the decision was made to use pre-rendered 3D graphics. The result was one of the best-looking games for the Super Nintendo, with colorful graphics, environments, and more expressive-looking sprites. This, coupled with a stellar soundtrack by Yoko Shimomura, who has since regarded it as a turning point in her long, successful career as a composer, gives the game a truly unique look and feel. The game has some truly epic moments, and the music just brings so much life to them. Super Mario RPG's story was as much of a game changer as the aesthetics and the gameplay. It was the first true Mario story that was more than just saving the princess from Bowser, even sort of getting that cliche out of the way at the very beginning of the game. It was the first instance where characters like Peach, Bowser, Toad, and Yoshi had real personalities to them, and even Mario, as the obligatory silent protagonist, has lots of great moments where he's more than just a mustachioed dude walking across a screen. Super Mario RPG's plot is perhaps as diverse as its world, chock full of humor, epic scenarios, memorable characters, and, honestly, even some truly emotional moments. I of course have to give a shout out to Mallow and Gino, the 2 new playable characters, whose personalities and stories, although confined to this one game, have stood the test of time and remain popular fan favorites to this day. Overall, Super Mario RPG is an unlikely masterpiece. It combines so many great elements into one cartridge, and is more than successful with the unique premise that Nintendo and Squaresoft started out with. Who knew that the Mario series fits so well into the RPG genre? It of course spawned 2 sequel series in Paper Mario and Mario & Luigi, and while a true sequel to Super Mario RPG has never been released, the game's legacy has lived on despite it all, and it is often considered one of the very best RPG, Mario, and Super Nintendo games. It even made my #1 spot on my top 20 Super Nintendo video. Wow! Okay, yeah. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this retro review, I really appreciate it. The next retro review that I'm going to do is going to be a review of Star Fox 64, which you guys voted for. It was very close to Super Mario RPG in the poll that I put up, so I figured I might as well do that next. Keep an eye out for more of these retro reviews coming in the future. I got a lot planned. If you have any suggestion for games you guys want to see me review, please put them in the comments below. I would also appreciate it if this is your first time watching this video, if you could check out my other stuff, and also consider looking into our friendly neighborhood Discord, where you can get deeper into what this channel's all about. Until next time, everybody, peace.